It's your boy Cody Mack here with What's the Word, and I'm here chilling with A Swirl. What's going on? What you got?
Yo, what's the word?
Alright, so for the audience, for the people at home that is unfamiliar with A Swirl, who is A Swirl?
You know, a father, a leader, born leader, you know. More so than a rapper, a musician, you know, spiritual, a believer, a man of perseverance, a man of loyalty, a man of discipline, many things, jack of all trades.
Okay. So you just spoke on something that you just said you're a musician. You play, what other musical instruments you play besides rapping?
It was funny, man. I started playing the tuba.
Okay.
Yeah, I started off playing the tuba. Why? Trick Daddy. Okay. What's up? That damn horn in that song, it just made me want to play the tuba.
Okay. All right, so how did you transition into rapping?
Growing up under Ty Money. Growing up under Marvo. Seeing them rapping in that little room, making beats off a PlayStation, and never being allowed in a room because I was too young, but just always wanting to come up with some music that's so fire that make them kind of like wish they would have allowed me to come in that room when I was young. Just kind of like thinking back to those days, like, man, get out of here, little nigga. But now it's like when they making music, I can come in them rooms now.
Okay. So what's your relationship with Juice WRLD?
Juice. Juice. To be honest, I would say my boy. The times that I remember being spent with Juice, funny times. Like, I could just see Juice getting dunked on right now by my boy Chris Mills. We had like this little rim in the like little laundry room area, like a little bitty rim, like an office basketball rim. But we used to really be in the crib like hooping it. Like, Juice used to be getting dunked on by some of everybody, but it used to be funny as hell because Juice kind of stubby. Well, he was kind of stubby back then. But like back in 2018, it's kind of like stubby. And he used to be dunking on people too. That shit used to be funny as hell. But yeah, Juice used to come to the crib and just like record. I met Juice through my boy Bailey, Sean Bailey. We grew up, met him through Chris. Just coming through the crib and recording and like just kicking it and just ordering pizza together and just chilling, talking about a lot of stuff. Me and Juice used to always talk about poles and stuff. Like, he always be like, man, what type of pole is that? Because I always had like different poles and stuff like that. And he'd talk about the poles he had and stuff like that. But it was just like real good camaraderie. But yeah, I met Juice around probably was like 2018. But he showed me a lot as far as music, and we just kicked it like super hard.
What's your craziest Juice story?
Craziest Juice story. It really didn't used to be like nothing crazy, because it used to be like a lot of chilling. Like I used to be like bro just hit me like, bro, what you on? Because we had the studio at the crib, so he just hit me like, bro, what you on? I'm like, shit, bro, I'm cool, and bro, I'm over there working. He shit, bro, I'm finna come through. I'm slide. Shit, like that's how my crib was, like 34. Like everybody knew, like you could come over the crib. You could spend the night, you could eat. I'm huge on cooking. Like, I'm down there chef, so I cook everybody food and stuff like that. Like, it was just love. The crib was just open, so bro would just come over. But the craziest Juice experience, it probably was just seeing him dunk on Chris, his boy Mills. He be with every day. And I feel like Chris was pissed off about that too. He was mad as hell because we was all laughing and just pointing and roasting his ass. Like, boy, you let Juice big ass dunk on your ass. But that was the craziest thing, seeing him dunk the shit out of Chris though.
Okay. Y'all still communicate this day?
I ain't heard from Juice in a minute, I ain't gonna lie. But whenever I do hear from him, like, I would want it to be like one of them like therapy type things. Like you sit down with, you know, like, I think it's like a little show, like a little therapy show, and you really just chop it up, you feel me? So, yeah, but nah, not in a minute though. But to be honest though, like I had a dream about it, like, and I seen him in the kitchen, and he was just like, bro, and I was like, bro. And he was like, what's good? I'm like, I don't know. And we just started catching up, and it was real kosher. It was real kosher, so.
So it ain't no bad blood, it's just no communication there.
I wouldn't, when I think about bad blood, when I think about bad blood, I think about blood shed. That's what I think about. I think about like my brother got killed when I was in my teens. My brother got shot up like 22 times, right? So when I think about bad blood, I think about stuff like that, blood shed. So as far as that, like hell no, it's just been distance, and it's been situations where I think it's safe to say I annoyed him. And then it's been communication coming from other people that hasn't been coming from me, and it's been easy for bro to get the wrong perception, you feel me? But as far as like bad blood, like hell no, I'm not that type of person. Like, you feel me? I love people. That's what I do. I show love. You feel me? I'm sometimes my social skills are a little off, but what I do is show love. I ain't in all that extra goofy stuff. I ain't with none of that. So hell no.
I love the energy I'm getting from you. And you spoke earlier and said you were spiritual. How has been tapping into your spirituality affected your music career?
Spiritual. Well, to answer that, the first name that come to my mind is Tony Robbins. So Tony Robbins is like an advocate of laws of attraction. So like I believe laws of attraction is pretty much the doctrine of the Bible, like put into layman's terms. So I take what I learned from the Bible, and I take what I learned from laws of attraction, and I bring them together, and I use it to do whatever it is that I need to do in life. Like one of the things is making successful music. One of the things is recording. One of the things is keeping my talent with the music, because sometimes when you don't record for a long time, you get dusty. Mm-hmm. So if I just know that next time I get in front of that mic and I'm positive about it, I'm going to make some fire. And before I get in front of the mic, I do what I need to do to hone my skills. I practice. I listen to old school artists like Tina Marie and Luther Vandross, and new school artists like Polo G, and just keep honing my skills. Then when I get in front of that mic, all of that combined together is laws of attraction, and I usually make some fire. So that's having a positive mind state and doing what you need to do to make it happen as well.
That's very dope.
Faith and acting on faith.
So do you think that faith and having that the law of attraction and having that faith that led you to this cash money situation?
Of course. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Can't nobody tell me it didn't. Can't nobody tell me it didn't. And what'd you?
I would say describe that process to us.
So like I said, I'm a jack of all trades, right? Mm-hmm. So most guys, they talk about the trapping aspect of things to sustain their career until it takes off, right? Mm-hmm. I couldn't have to sustain my career until it took off. I trapped too, but it was more of an emphasis on cutting hair because it was the people that I met. You can make some money trapping or whatever the case may be, but the networking and the people I met through cutting hair, I met my manager Jeff. Jeff is very cool with my manager as well, Manny. Shot the music to Manny. Manny liked what he heard. Boom, there you go. And I believe I had these things on my wall. Like I had a big wall. Like if this wall behind me was full of like papers with my sloppy writing and taped to the wall, like project your music to this many people on Facebook and have positive thoughts and be disciplined and keep your ideas confidential. Like I had this stuff on the wall. Like these are listening to Tony Robbins every day. Like these are the type of actions that help push you towards it's like a magnet. It's like I'm moving towards where I'm going, and where I'm going is moving towards me. So it's almost like my management was looking for talent, right? And I was looking for an opportunity to expose my talent. So it's like a magnet. That's what laws of attraction do.
And
it's
your
real.
managers already had a relationship with Cash Money?
Yeah, no doubt. Like, they like family.
Okay. So what was it like meeting Stunner?
Cool. Super cool. Everybody talking about all that stuff they be talking about. We don't care about none of it. No cap. Cool. Super cool. Like, and put it like this. So cool, if something wasn't to work out, I'll still be like, what up, Cool. No cap. Like, and super supportive. Yeah. And when he see you off the record, speaking to you, what's good? You good, nephew? When you gonna send me water the band? Yeah. Super cool. Fuck with him.
What are some things that you learned from being in that camp?
One thing I learned from being in that camp is that you don't have to say too many words to get your point across. Yeah, you can communicate in all different forms of communication. Like, you don't gotta talk too much to say what you need to say.
Okay.
Yep.
So do you got music or any of the artists? Like, you and Stunner got something? You and Jaquez got anything?
Me and Quee don't got some. Me and Quee don't got none. Stunner, he always asks me to send him stuff over, so I'm gonna put that blame on me why we don't have none, because like Unc is the type where it's like when he be like, hey, you got something for me, nephew? He be like ready to go in and go lock in. And I'm like a scatterbrain, so I'm like, all right, Unc, I'm kind of like stunned, like he wanted something and hit me on the spot, because he'll hit you on the spot. I'm like, all right, so I'm kind of like all over the place trying to do this song, trying to do that song, and not really prioritizing what he told me to do. So I come back in like a day later or 2 days later and finally send it over. So like he could have something that he recorded and I haven't heard yet, because he always listening to stuff and I'm always sending stuff through it. So ain't no telling. Okay. No cap.
All right, so this question is more so personal to you. I got this information from someone. I was told that you were such a man of your faith that you've been celibate for the past 3 years.
Yeah, since July of 2016. I always felt like, cause I read like in the commandments, right? Like, don't have sex till marriage, right? Mm-hmm. So I done been in some weird situations, like shootouts and stuff. Like I remember, man, bro, it was like I got into a shootout like a few years back with some guys that took some money from one of my homies, and I was just like, fuck that, bro, we finna go get your money back. And we shot at the guys, and they tried to like run us off the road, like they tried to crash the car. And even with mistakes like that, it's just like I didn't go to jail. Ain't nobody get really severely hurt. And it's just like I feel like he got some type of covering on me. But if you keep doing certain things, it's like a hole in the ozone. Like if we keep letting out pollution, then you get holes in the ozone, right? Mm-hmm. So if I keep doing certain things, then it's gonna be holes in his shield. So I don't wanna, that's how I feel about sex. Like I done been in bed with a few different females, especially in Miami, and it'd be like, man, do I wanna do that? I'm probably gonna put a hole in my shield. Like, I don't wanna come like that. So it just be like, I'll be trying to figure out how to like not do crazy shit that could keep his protection away from me. So it's been like, since my ex has been like, I left her, we parted ways in July 2016. That's how long it's been since then.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
It's dope to have that discipline and that faith. So it's like, does this new mindset of yours, because it seems like you've been through a lot coming up. How did this new mindset translate to you being a father?
Ooh, that's tough. I haven't experienced that yet. My BM, she been keeping her away from me.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of people, they say what they say about it, But I told my lawyer a few days ago, tell her lawyer that I appreciate her for keeping her and the baby away from me because I wasn't mature yet. I wasn't mature to learn to know how to divide the amount of time I spend on making money, or I spend on doing music, or I spend on focusing on bills and stuff like that, versus giving her love and affection. You know, I'm like, man, I ain't finna give you no love because you don't help me pay no bills. I ain't finna give you no love because you ain't supportive of my music. Bogus. Real life, like mentally bogus. Like, you know, it wasn't even like I was putting my hands on her or cheating. No, it wasn't on none of that. It was just like I wasn't being there for her emotionally. I didn't want to have no conversations about nothing. Just didn't know how to be a good friend to her, let alone a boyfriend or father to my baby. But it's safe to say I got it down packed now. Well, we'll see. See my baby soon. We'll see.
Is a lot of this gonna be translated into the new project? Like how you feeling and what you going through?
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Songs like Upset, songs like Mind Closed, songs like Voices in My Head. Like a lot of my stuff is abstract, so it'll be like little pieces, but it's all in there. Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. Before I go to my last question, I forgot to ask this question. The name A Swirl, I see it's spelled the same way as Juice. So who had their name first?
Come on, man. Juice had his name first.
Okay.
That's Juice. But I'm following along. No cap. And it was just like, we all on the same page. When we was over there, we was all on the same page. So it's just like, bro, you lead the way. Like, when I grew up, it was like a saying like, the youth shall lead. So like, I never had no problem with bro leading the way. Like I was learning a lot from him. So like it'd be times I'd be like, man, I feel like people was kind of like just on this jock, right? So I'd be like, man, that shit weak, bro. Not necessarily weak, but it ain't strong. And that's one thing about me. Like I speak my mind. I don't care if you not gonna like me or whatever. Like I gotta speak my mind. I gotta speak my truth. So it's like, man, that shit may be weak, but it's like, I heard you make stronger, like make something stronger, you feel me? But still like lead the way, you got it, bro. Like before, like what I had like 8,000 streams on SoundCloud, bro was like 18 with like hundreds of thousands of streams. So why not let bro lead the way? Obviously he got something, you feel me? And that may not, and let's just say, okay, let's just say he got talent versus mine. He got something else too. Bro has important people that believe in him, that's helping him out to get his talent out, which is what all the artists want. We want to get our talent out. So it's just like, hell yeah, bro, you lead the way and I'm gonna follow. Without no pride, I'm following. So hell yeah. That's what that shit, that's bro made that name. You know why? Cause it's his world, it's Juice WRLD, no cap. Shit, I ain't ashamed to say that. Bro ass go crazy. Like I've seen him rap for like 12 hours straight. I'm exaggerating, but let's say like realistically speaking, 2 hours straight. Like off the top of the head. I got 2 phones, right? I got memos of Juice rapping all day in my phone. Like, you feel me? Crazy.
That's dope. So this is probably one of the best interviews I did, God. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? What I expected to get is different from what I got, you know what I mean? So that's why you should never have expectations, but I love the energy coming from this interview and the answer. So I'm gonna leave here with this one. You know, 5 years, you know, what can we see from A Swirl?
Ooh, man. So lately I've been reading a lot on just like not expecting anything. So I'm not gonna say what I expect, but let's just throw a projection out there. In 5 years, you know what? In 5 years, okay, we should hear some good music, right? That's a given. But in 5 years, we should see a lot of philanthropy going on. We should see we should see me giving more than anything. Like, I got a dream of like bonding a few guys out of jail. Like I want to go down to the county and I want to like bond like 10, 15 guys out of jail. So if more than if not anything, I want everything else that people say, usually people say, I want to just let that come on its own, or we affirm that behind closed doors. I want to keep that confidential. I'm sorry, I want to keep that confidential. But what I do want to say, we should expect seeing me give a lot. Should be a lot of philanthropy going on in the next 5 years.